Republican debate. Is this gearing up to be a trash-talking train wreck? And Biden blasts Trump. Is this the biggest sign yet he's about to get into the ring? The ladies are fired up about her viral video, Dear Fat People.
Fat shaming is not a thing. Fat people made that up.
Comedian Nicole Arbour is here live to tell him why she won't apologize. And Whoopi is partying like a rock star in the kitchen with her pal music superstar Sammy Hagar. It all starts now on The View with Whoopi, Michelle Collins, Joy Behar, Raven Simone, and Paula Ferris. Now, let's get things started.
To The View, y'all. Welcome to The View, y'all. That was a classic hit right now by Van Halen, and we played it because my friend Sammy Hagar is here, and he will be here later in the show. He got a lot to tell us, and we're going to eat. We love it. Also going to be talking about tonight's Republican debate in a minute, and we want to hear from you what you might have to say about it on Twitter and Facebook. But before we do any of that, let's talk sex. It's 11 a.m., and that's what we like. Well, it might be 10 a.m. in some places, but it's early enough for sex. So, a new study finds that more than half of women surveyed want more sex. Almost three-quarters wish they had sex more than 3 times a week. And 13% want it more than 6 times a week.
That's just on this panel alone, by the way. You know?
Speak for yourself,
girl.
I read the study. Just reading the study made my back go out. I mean, it's like 6 times a week now. No,
6 times a week is like Soul Cycle. I mean, honestly, that's like a lot of work, girls. It's hard.
It also sounds like it's a new relationship. It sounds like it's a new relationship. When you're in a new relationship, you're like bunnies.
Well,
but
then it's 6 times a day.
And can I just say, let's clarify here, ladies, because
well,
the sample size was really small, and they were asking some women that were using a fertility app who may have been using the fertility app because they were trying to get pregnant, and everybody knows when you try to get pregnant, you gotta have lots and lots of sex, right? And then once you have the babies, then things
because they didn't ask me. I've never in a poll that we talk about. Where do you get polled at? Can I get polled?
Y'all need to start polling Raven Simone. Am I right? Hilarious. Can you imagine on Family Feud, you're like one of the 100? That would be my dream, actually. I would love that.
my tuition get polled 6 times a week.
Yeah. We got that one. But
Hi, Mom.
I wish I wanted more sex. I'm so tired all the time, you know, with 3 kids and a couple of jobs. I know well, this and I do weekend GMA.
You work all the time.
I do work a lot, but, you know, you get so exhausted when you're raising kids. You come home and then you get thrown into everything else. And the last thing you want, if I had to choose between sleep, honey, I love you so much. I think you're super hot. And one day, I swear, we will, you know, get together every night. But I'm so tired, I'm going to choose sleep.
My schedule is wide open for all y'all watching. I'm like 6 times a minute. Like, I open Google Calendar and it's a tumbleweed. So, guys, call me. Like, I'm around.
Basically, I don't think people understand, you know, anthropologically speaking, people only really want to have sex intensely like that in the beginning of the relationship, and that is for evolutionary purposes so that you can procreate.
Yeah.
You can have children. Otherwise, the world would stop continuing, see? But after about 2 or 3 years, it's like, oh, him again? See, that you're ready for the next person.
Do you think that's why there's infidelity, I wonder?
Yeah,
I mean, right? People get bored.
I'm still hot for my husband.
I have 2 more years to have kids, so I need to start, Whoopi.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't
I have to figure something out.
Look at me. Listen,
I don't know. I need to figure it out.
I can actually help you, but that's why I say, you know, always have a friend in the drawer.
Or in your drawers.
Because, you know, you might not want full on. Sometimes you just need a little taste. You get a little taste, you're done, and you go on about your business. This way you don't piss anybody off, you take care of yourself, and you get to keep on rolling.
But not in the beginning.
You know,
not in the beginning.
Yeah.
Not in the beginning.
No, I'm sorry. In the beginning, in the middle, in the end.
Yeah.
I always always like to make sure that if I get in the mood on that 6th time and he just can't.
Oh, well, that's something
You know,
else.
then you have your friend in the drawer.
Yeah.
Well, he
I think that's safe. I think that's safe.
God, I mean, a friend in the drawer, just the friend.
I have many names for my friend in the drawer.
Including my friend in the drawer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Should we share that? Too personal?
No,
okay,
don't
it's the
tell
morning.
Yeah,
That's
no.
fine.
Speaking of friends in the drawer, the Republicans meet tonight. For a debate that's being promoted kind of like a sporting event. I mean, so are we going to learn where the candidates stand, or is this a setup for a lot of smack talk? I mean, what the hell is going on?
You're going to learn some policy. First and foremost, Jake Tapper, who's one of the moderators from CNN. I worked with him in the past at ABC. He's going to be fair. He's going to be firm. And he says they're going to press them on foreign policy, domestic policy, and just policy in general. So I think this is the opportunity. It's 3 hours long, everybody.
Is this similar to the one that they had before when they had the Tea Party one, and then they, it was 2 different debates? I feel like, should I be paying attention as much as I should starting next year when it's really...
Pay attention now.
Pay attention
you have
now.
to.
You
This
have
is,
to.
by the way, it's going to be very entertaining tonight with Trump there. I was saying they could have made this a pay-per-view event because it's going to be like WWF debate. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be really interesting to me to watch Jeb and Marco and all these other people who are going to be there kind of defend themselves with Trump there, because don't you think he's going to go in tonight?
It's going to be more of an entertainment reality show, reunion for me than actually caring about the politics that they're talking about, because half the time I don't even know what they stand for because they're too busy going at each other
They
for looks.
basically all stand for the same thing. They just say it differently. Truthfully.
Okay, 'cause one
That's
person-
why Donald Trump actually stands out. Donald Trump stands out because he basically is saying certain things that the Democrats are saying.
Well,
The
we're
rest of
saying
them
we
are
don't
not.
know what they're saying. We don't know where they stand, but yet you're also saying that they all stand for the same thing. So we need to
I've
let
seen
this
their
play
website.
out.
Look, I know what they stand for.
Kate on Twitter says if the candidates don't support maternity leave, what can they do for working mothers who pay 1/3 of the income on daycare? These questions I'm used to being answered closer to the time of when everybody's already selected.
Well, because there are 1,400 people running on the Republican side, what we want to do is now's the time you want to start seeing what really shakes down. Because as much entertainment as you're expecting, that's not what you want in a president. I want my president to entertain me. That's why I have actors. Okay?
Hey.
That's why I have performers. They're there. That's what their job is.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
And it is a problem. But at this point, we need to know, as we asked Donald when he was on the phone with us, if you don't like the Iran deal, what is your plan?
Right.
What is it you want? You say you're for women. Tell us where you stand with this. I want to know from Marco Rubio, too. I want to know from everybody. And I am, some people think I'm a Democrat. Some people think I'm an independent. I don't know what I am. But I'm interested in this debate because one of these guys may be running, or gals may be running the country. So regardless of whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, it's to your best interest to pay attention.
The entertainment factor is basically killing. The entertainment factor is basically killing Jeb Bush, and it's killing Hillary Clinton.
I have
because
no idea.
Donald, I'll say it right now, I can't stop watching this guy.
Yep.
I can't get enough of him. When he's on, I'm like, okay, get me a cigarette. I don't even smoke. I'm riveted to the TV when he's on. They have got to step up their game.
Raven and I are live tweeting the debates tonight.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of this election is Twitter and social media and people who are getting the attention. I mean, Trump is who we're going to be watching tonight.
I know.
Because he's like our social media president. He goes viral. He says things that we are infuriated about, but then we also pay attention. So the other people are going to have to figure out how to work themselves into that.
A lot of old people vote, though, and the young people are on the internet tweeting when the old people are at the thing doing the chat.
But Joy, that's the good thing about what happened with Obama when he first got into office. I finally cared. He engaged me. He talked to my generation. He understood where I was and came to me.
Yes.
I remember last season when we talked, I was told, you got to get out there and find them.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm busy. I got a job. You want me to hire you, so you need to come after me. Go to, that's what I have to do when I try to get a job.
People are not paying attention to politics. I mean,
It's boring.
Well, it's not boring. It's fascinating.
It's
boring. Psychology. It's sociology. It's entertainment. It's reality. It's everything.
Here's the bottom line. if you're not paying attention, it could become deadly.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's the bottom line. You need to know what the hell's going on. I don't care how old you are. You want to know how to stop certain things that are happening in your state or in your city. You got to know what the laws are.
You're
going to pay attention.
For example, there are certain people who are running, I won't name names today, who don't believe in climate change.
Yes.
You guys, I'm going to be dead, okay? I'll be dead. You guys will be here, not breathing.
You and the polar bears, gone. Honestly, you thought I posted that polar bear?
The polar bears and Joy Behar will be gone.
Let's hold on.
But you will be
this
here,
may be something we want to come back to. We don't know. We'll talk about it. You'll find out what we're going to be talking about next when we come back with more Hot Topics.
Sarah Silverman isn't holding back on being politically incorrect, but you won't believe what she's saying. Next.
Stay on that political bent. So, candidate Marco Rubio is keeping the sports theme going in his latest campaign ad. Take a look.
What's your fantasy football team name?
I've had different names. I think we're going to call it the Marco Polos.
More nervous before first presidential debate or first college football game?
I was more nervous before my first college football game because you were actually going to get hit. No one was going to hit me at the debate.
Hard to recover Hillary's emails, Tom Brady's text messages.
I think it's been harder to get Hillary's emails, and a lot more meaningful was in those emails.
Is he running for the NFL or president?
He's obviously trying to reach a particular audience. He talks about his wife, who was a former cheerleader. He, at the end, catches a bottle of water because everybody made fun of him for being parched. So he's trying to be a little...
Is this why you
This
find
is
it boring?
self-deprecation Marco Rubio style.
His style.
Honestly, maybe boring was the wrong word, but at the same time, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me engaged. It's very black and white, and it's not entertaining to me at all. I kind of look at it and go, okay, thank you for making another commercial.
The thing is, if he's not a performer in that kind of a way, why force him to do that? Unless I would have liked to see him like tackle certain people, like take it to the next level, or see him get tackled. If I would have seen him get tackled, it would have been like, that's interesting. I enjoy that.
Raymond, I gotta ask you. You say you want them to engage you. So what exactly do you want them? What would you like to see?
So, for instance, right, Donald Trump said that he wants to replace Obamacare with Donald Care. What does that mean?
What is Donald Care?
What is Donald Care? What does that mean? I don't know what you're
gold teeth out of your mouth and pushes you into the street. That's Donald's care. He takes your feelings out.
But in terms of being engaged in an ad like this, what do you want to see?
What do I want to see?
From the millennials.
I can't speak for all millennials. I'm going to speak for myself.
But if they gave you specifics, you still might be bored unless they said it in an entertaining way, right?
Say it in a way
But they're not entertainers. They're politicians.
Yeah, but you're on my TV, which means you're trying to entertain me in some way or fashion. That's what it is for.
Nixon and JFK. Remember when JFK was so handsome? We loved it even then.
Well, it's a type of show and a pony show, and you have to mix the politics in with it. I'm going to need a little bit of extra from you. I like to see the stoic president that I've grown up looking at for those in school and things of that nature.
First of all, I'm excited to see Jeb Bush tonight because we really haven't heard a lot out of Jeb.
Thank God.
Funny. Funny. But we really haven't. And he's someone who's being taken actually seriously. I think in the Republican Party they are rooting more for him than for, you know.
Well, if you guys want political theater, you're going to get it tonight because they have Donald Trump right in the middle of those 11 candidates, and then Ben Carson on one side and Jeb Bush on another.
Oh
so the three of them.
It's like Gotham
You
City.
asked for it.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
It really is. But really, listen to what they're saying, because smoke and mirrors is fun, but you don't. It's like waking up with the wrong guy. You know, you're in a bar.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And suddenly, you know, you talking, and then, yeah, let's go home. And then you take them home, and then the daylight comes. It's like, oh.
Every Christmas party.
Do we have to go forward? Isn't it the same thing? Forgive me if I'm wrong and I just started learning about it. I feel like I hear the same promises every single political season. It's the same thing all the time. We're going to fix this. We're going to help the poor. They say it and nothing ever gets done.
Do you ever see the movie Gone with the Wind when she says you got to pay taxes and Scarlett O'Hara says, well, we're going to just pay it. And the slave guy, poor guy, he goes, asking ain't getting. I love that line. That's exactly what you're talking about. Asking ain't getting, honey.
It's not.
No.
It's
And then once they're in office, they go for their lobbyist.
And
else.
look what happened to
money talk.
Obama. He was obstructed every single step
But
of the
he
way.
managed to pass Obamacare.
Yep.
He got that done.
Right.
He managed to pull us back from the nasty brink we were at when he was elected. We were in the toilet.
Yeah.
And we didn't go into the toilet, but we was like this in the toilet. You know, we were quite, and whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you can't deny the facts.
Yeah.
The fact is, it's not as bad as it was. Is it perfect? No. I dare any of us to see a president that makes anything perfect.
Remember that Mitch McConnell said, Senator Mitch McConnell said that his goal was to make him a one-term president and to stop him from everything he wanted to do. This was the Speaker of the House, wasn't he? He was the Senate Majority Leader at the time.
Yeah. But how about what the hell?
If you guys only knew.
What are we doing this weekend?
Bobby Jindal. Is going after Trump very hard, claiming he's a madman, will only hurt the Republican Party because he will never get elected.
I will say, Trump just didn't...
Bobby, you either.
Trump did an interview last night, and he said, asking about toning it down, he said, I think I could tone it down a little bit when pressed. You need a person of tremendous strength, but I think I can tone it down a little bit, and I'll try. He says this.
Asking ain't getting.
Trump said that. Asking ain't getting.
Tone what down?
His rhetoric. Tone it down.
His remarks that sound racist.
Tone himself down.
But that cat is out of the bag.
Yeah.
Toning down now doesn't mean jack. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a bonehead.
Hey,
I must be, because they're making me go to commercial. We'll be right back with even more Hot Topics. Sarah Silverman is famous for being politically incorrect in her act, but she recently sat down with Vanity Fair to talk about how the times are a-changing. Take a look.
Everyone's going to be offended by something, so you can't just decide on your material based on not offending anyone. But I do think it's important as a comedian, as a human, to change with the times. I think it's a sign of being old when you are put off by that.
Says the comedian.
I mean, I think she's right. There's some terms that you should not say, you know, to offend people. But at the same time, you're a comedian, so you should be able to say what you want.
She's very edgy. She's one of the most edgy comedians, and very, very funny, and you can't take her seriously, really. I mean, you know, even Ann Coulter is a comedian, in my opinion, because she doesn't make any sense.
But here's my thing with comedy, and you guys, we have 3 comedians here, so disclaimer, everybody. And you're not a comedian. I'm definitely not funny. When I try to make a joke, it really falls
I'm
terribly.
funny, but I'm not a comedian.
Really. But my question is, too, it seems like being a comedian is just a license to be a jerk sometimes. Like, you could just say what you want, and there's no consequences.
Listen, everyone has their own style. Go on.
I'm sorry, there are consequences, and you have to know that going in. You know, I have a friend called Earthquake who made it. Great. Okay, so Earthquake, 9/11 happened, and there was no comedy. Nobody was being funny. Nothing was happening. I'm at the Aspen Comedy Festival. Everybody's like this because they don't know what to do. Earthquake comes up and he says, "Man, that Osama bin Laden is a hell of a motivational speaker." Everybody sat up.
What?
Wow. Okay? He said, because it takes a motivational speaker to get people to get on a plane and smash it into buildings. He said, if it would have been me, I would have said, well, where are you going to be, Osama? And the way he did it, he brought it to a whole other level, made everybody get it, and move on. You can do that. But there are consequences. If you in your act and you're a white guy, people are going to mention it.
So there is a line. You're saying there is no
line. There are consequences.
But so there's no line. There are just consequences.
But doesn't that also
so you have to make your own line. You have to know what the line is.
But doesn't it also come with sensitivity? Don't you feel like we're a little bit overly sensitive right now?
I actually want to say something, because something happened Monday on this show that was really you know, I think taken out of context, we were talking about the Miss America pageant, and we were talking about the talent competition. And one of the girls, Miss Colorado, gorgeous girl, she got up and gave a monologue, and we were just talking about the talents. Things I just want to say, first of all, before we even go on, because people were very upset with what we said. For all of us, want to say we love nurses. If you're watching, we adore you, we respect you. Right. Clap for the nurses, really. You guys are wonderful. You're the most compassionate people, and I think, you know, I think we just have to have a moment about that. I was not talking about her as a nurse. We were talking about the talent competition, and it got misconstrued. So there was an example where I think people kind of, you know, Joy,
sensitive and not
it's a
listening
classic
to
example of what we're talking about.
Right, and that being said, by the way, if your bosses are watching, you all deserve raises. I want that. This is how much I love nurses. Give them more money. Give them everything. Take my money. Okay?
Nurses, we're at their mercy. Let's face it. But, you know,
you didn't come for nurses, though. Did they hear the conversation? Did they know what you were talking about at all?
Let me speak for myself. Apparently, you know what? I was just not paying attention. I was looking at a Miss America tape, and there's a woman wearing like an outfit with a stethoscope, and I'm thinking, is she in the costume? I didn't know she was a nurse.
Yeah.
So I'm used to seeing them in gowns and bathing suits. So I just was, it's not like I was trying to be funny. It was just stupid and inattentive on my part. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, my son-in-law is a physician assistant. Right. One of my nieces is a nurse. Right. So, I mean, I know they use stethoscopes. I was just not paying attention.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people
and they're also, by the way, they also are hilarious. And every time I used to go to St. Luke's, one time for rabies, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, the nurses, we'll talk later, the nurses were the funniest. You know, they're just fun. They do great work, and they're wonderful.
I think they get it.
Yeah,
I think they get it.
I hope so, because we would never. Nurses are great.
You know, listen.
We need
comedy.
You just, well, not even just that, but you have to listen. You just have to listen. You have to pay attention. You have to look at folks and say, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Or did she make a joke?
Also, what's the intention?
You know,
intention.
That's the thing. You just got to listen. So, y'all are listening now, right? Because we're going and we're coming back. Who knows what we're coming right back with?
Oh, my goodness. Hey, I'm Nicole Arbour, and my viral video, Dear Fat People, offended so many people, including some of these ladies, that I'm here to defend it. I ain't backing down, yo. Bring it, View.
Millions of people, including some of my co-hosts, over her viral video that has 27 million hits and counting, titled Dear Fat People. If you haven't seen it, here's what people are talking about.
Fat shaming is not a thing. Fat people made that up. That's the race card with no race. Yeah, but I couldn't fit into a store. That's discrimination. No. That means you're too fat and you should stop eating. They complain and they smell like sausages, and I don't even think they ate sausages. That's just their aroma. If we offend you so much that you lose weight, I'm okay with that. You are killing yourself. Yeah, I'll sleep at night.
Nicole Arbour joins us right now in Hot Topic. So, you know, a lot of people were offended. Are you surprised? Do you understand why people are offended by it?
Frankly, I'm the most offended by my hair in that video. If I would have known it would go viral.
Babe.
God.
You're here. This is your shot. So, did you expect to offend people? Are you surprised that people
100%. 100%. That video was made to offend people, just the way I do with all the other videos. It's just satire. I'm just being silly. I'm just having a bit of fun. And that's what we did. And that topic was actually voted in by fans, some of them who are fat. They're like, you can't make fun of some people and not make fun of me, too.
You know what? I'm a comic, so if I'm going to do a joke about a fat person, I'm going to say I'm fat first. You're not fat. That's the problem.
Oh, the video before was about crazy girls, and that one was about
that made
today. I'm like worried about you in this
I wanted to do a transparent interview.
No, but you know, you take it on yourself first, and then maybe you can do a joke. The joke
maybe you can empathize.
Yeah, but you didn't do that, and then you sort of hide behind this. Well, it's not healthy. That's bull, and you know it. You don't care about that health. Come on.
The whole thing was a joke. It really was. I do care about people's health, but the whole thing was a joke, and I make fun of myself all the time. Like, I know that I look like side chick Barbie. I realize this, and I make jokes about it all the time. So I think that we should all gotta make jokes about it.
Let me ask you about, but don't you think, and I want to first, before I get to my question, YouTube disabled your channel. Here's their response. I want to get this in. In cases where a channel or video is incorrectly flagged by the community and subsequently removed, we work quickly to reinstate it, whether or not you think you were censored. You talk about you know, being insensitive, but, you know, there are a lot of overweight people that it's not the circumstances outside of themselves. Maybe their parent died, maybe they have a medical condition. Don't you think you're being, but don't you think you're being insensitive to some of those
I say that
cases?
in the video. I actually say in it. And again, like, how do people take a video seriously when the first line was about having ridiculous? Like, the first line was making fun of myself, and I'm like, yeah. I take that as a political statement. Like, it was clearly a joke.
No,
On this video.
I'm also trying to say that, I understand, and what Paula was saying, not just sickness, but, you know, there's a lot of different foods out there that have ingredients in them that some people get addicted to that they can't help the size that they are, being 180 pounds my whole entire life. So the thing is you weren't unapologetic about it, right?
No.
You don't have a problem with it, and you actually posted a video in response, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see that.
Care if you're offended. If you don't have a sense of humor and you don't understand jokes, I don't give a childhood obesity. That is offensive. There's no reason for a little kid to be a freaking chubby chub. Everybody should be equally made fun of. Straight guy, or a black guy, or a white guy, or a skinny girl, or a hot girl. Stereotypes are funny because they're true. They weren't based on nothing. Italian people make a lot of pizzas and say papa da poopy. Everybody's worried about terrorism, but keyboard warriors are the new terrorists.
I would love to see you volunteer for like an organization for kids to exercise or something and actually see you put your money where your mouth is.
I would totally do it. That would be amazing. I actually have an organization called Go Team. We cheer people to and through everything, and they realize the difference between me doing satire the same way a guy would do it in a movie.
Satire, and I have to tell you something. Listen, we're comedians here. I watch it, and I'm like, where is the satire? You're like a skinny blonde girl. You're a comedian. Yeah. But it's very difficult. As, you know, some of us here have struggled with weight problems. Watching you say it, it's borderline bullying.
No, it's not bullying when you come to me.
I think it comes off as bullying, and I wonder, let me say, is there a line? Well, how do you say something?
It's not bullying if you came to me. That's like going to Taco Bell, getting the...
I have a question, though. But you guys just said that there's no line. I was just told that from the Queen, there's no line, but you have to accept the consequences. So what is it?
Yeah, the consequence is that, you know, I come into The View, and my intro isn't like, hey, this is Nicole, we love her. It's like she takes poops on your lawn while you're sleeping and blames it on your dog.
Let me ask you, what's next? Who's next? The handicap? Like, who are we going after?
I'm sorry, wait. Here's the thing. That's not how I intro you.
Oh, not you specifically.
Okay. So I think what people were surprised at, and what a lot of folks are surprised at, is that you did it, and this is the consequence. The consequence is people are saying, what the hell did you do? That's what you do as a comic. Yeah. You know, not everybody's going to love you because comedy is subjective.
You know, I would be interested to see you do that live and see how many laughs you got. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Here's another question. You say that if you were a male comedian, you would not be getting this kind of flack. Why do you say that?
I believe that because guy comics in movies are saying the same kind of stuff, and I'm getting cast as the cocktail waitress that's topless for no reason, standing beside him. I don't want to be that girl.
Male comedians make fun of women's bodies in movies.
They make fun of
Do you think we enjoy that? We don't like that.
But they can make fun of everything, and I would rather be the guy who's in Entourage, and I have a guy named Turtle beside me rolling me joints, than be the topless girl number 3 in that.
I know, well, you need to get a new agent. You need to get a new agent.
You know what it is? Can I say something?
That's another conversation.
As a comedian,
Joy.
As a comedian, I want the women to like me. I want them to come and see me. So I'm on their side. This sounds like you're against women. That's not a good choice to make as a comic.
I'm definitely not against women. I don't think all fat people smell like sausages. That was a fake character.
How about Italians? What'd you say about them?
Papa Poopy. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. Yeah, but I don't think I don't think fat people smell like sausages any more than I smell like frog.
Let me ask you this. What's very quickly...
They laughed. It's true. If you have told a dumb blonde joke, I'm coming for it.
Guys up there think it's hilarious.
Some old men right up there, they're interested.
You know what, Nick? This is, you came... You took it.
Kudos.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Because this is what, sometimes you say stuff and it's controversial. People want to know, and we did, and you talked to us. So we thank you for coming. We will be right back, y'all.
Hey, the Red Rocker Sammy Hagar here. I wrote the book on how to party. I'm going to show the ladies how to do it. And cheers. Ooh, that's real rum. Good morning.
Hey, so my friend Sammy Hagar is a rock star and a restaurateur, and he's created his own tequila and rum. And but it gets better. He just wrote this book on how to party like a rock star. So please welcome the author of Are we having fun yet? The Cooking and Partying Handbook by Sammy Hagar. What's happening, baby? So, I always knew it was a lot of fun. I didn't know you cooked.
I know, Whoopi, it's crazy. We've eaten dinner together before. Yeah, we know all these chef friends, right?
Yeah.
I learned so much from those guys, but my grandfather was a chef growing up, and my mother was a great cook, and I ate great food my whole life, and we were poor as dirt, but we always had a garden, had chickens, and I didn't know how good we were eating. Now it's all fashionable to have, you know, farm to table. Well, I was raised that way and didn't know it until I ate bad food on the road. Then I found out how good I was eating. So I've been into it my whole life. I have 10 restaurants. But long story short, this is a recipe from the chef in Las Vegas, from Cabo Wabo, you know, a real Mexican chef, the greatest. So he taught me how to do this carne asada. So anyway, they're all my friends, and I know how to mix a drink, though. I knew how to do that.
Well, I need you to show me how to mix it, because you know I'm not a big drinker, but they are, and so I would.
Cheers.
And every time we say party,
is it real rum? What party?
Every time you hear us say party, you have to take a drink.
So you want us to party?
Party. Love it. I'm not going to tell you what they're drinking. So now,
they're drinking rum, but that's another
while
story.
we're doing this, you're going to do it rum daiquiri.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to do daiquiri first?
Yeah, we'll do the daiquiri first. So how do you make a rum daiquiri?
It's like, it's pretty simple because there's just really 3 ingredients. You know, you have like a, well, I need a shaker, I guess.
Yeah, there's a shaker.
Yep. We put some ice in there.
Should I do the same thing?
Yeah, Whoopi, if you want to, if you want to be like me.
Well, no, you know, I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just a little bit of ice in there. You put about, I don't measure, because I've been doing this so long, you know, I know what I'm doing.
So
you know,
just
put
pour on.
an ounce and a half, couple ounces of good Sammy's white rum.
Right,
so, you know, like I have my own rum, so I won't.
And what's that?
And this is, that is sour. It's a sour mix. So you put like, you know, half ounce or so of that.
Right. What kind of soiree would this drink be
and then,
for?
and this
everywhere.
Not a party?
It's a big party.
Oh, okay.
And that is...
Party!
That's lychee fruit.
Lychee fruit.
Lychee fruit.
We're putting lychee fruit in the daiquiri.
These are all good Hawaiian ingredients where the rum is made.
Great Hawaiian stuff, because who doesn't love a party, right?
And that is pineapple.
Right. So now what do you do? And then you shake it?
You just give it a good shake.
Shake that party!
Yeah, you know, you can do all
You're killing us!
Let me stop.
Shake that party! Shake that party!
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is cold.
Oops, I like to, it is. I like to squeeze a little lime in there. And then put that guy in there. If you don't mind, I'll do that for you.
No, please do.
Now,
Sammy.
Whoopi, I'm an expert at this.
Baby?
You got to understand.
Okay.
Oh, I dropped your lime. It's going to be all right. That's yours. This
is mine?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pouring the ice in there because I like to keep my drink cold. If you drink real fast, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're a sipper...
Well, I'm not a big sipper, but I'm a meter.
Okay,
what's happening in the meat stand? Oh, look at you sucking on that.
Well, I wanted to make sure that was good.
All right, is it good?
You know what? It's good.
Now, tell me about the meat.
Okay.
Because I love meat.
These things go great together, by the way. So
for a good party.
This is like a skirt steak or a flank steak.
Right.
And you marinate it in, you know, here, let's just put the ingredients in there. We just put a little bit of lime
in there. And garlic. Let's put the whole thing in.
Oh, yeah, everything goes in there.
Okay.
A little bit of orange juice.
Right. Some of this,
like
whatever.
This is from the Cabo Wabo in Las Vegas. And then oil.
Right.
And salt and pepper, you know.
Good God.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at all of this,
you
and
just
that's
mix
the
this
marinade.
Up. Yeah,
oh, my
just
goodness.
mix that up. And then you leave it in there. I wouldn't leave it in a marinade for more than a couple hours because it cooks the meat.
Right, because it'd make it too hard for the party.
Well, that too. That too. You want to get the party started sooner.
You have to get the party
If you leave it in there overnight, it's a mistake.
It's a mistake. So you just throw it on there.
The oregano's in there,
Right.
And then you just take this baby and you just throw it on there if you want.
And lay it on there.
Okay. I like to put that side down.
That looks amazing.
Yeah. It is fantastic. Now, I want to ask you about this.
I hit the Emerald on this, but...
Yeah. He did that?
No, smell-o-vision. It already smells delicious.
Ooh, I would lay on that.
Anyway, a couple minutes.
Yeah. So now what else is over here? Because they're over here eating, and I'm eating it all.
If you're going to have a Mexican feast, that's from my other restaurant in Mill Valley, in my hometown, El Paseo.
This is amazing.
That's a high-end deal.
And that's like a beet.
Yeah, that's kind of complex.
Strawberry.
It has golden
and
beets.
goat cheese.
And goat cheese. Oh, it's so good. It looks good.
And what about the thing in the guacamole that's crunchy?
See, is the thing in the guacamole is you do a little muddle of onion.
Right.
and cilantro.
Right.
But before the avocado, onion, cilantro, and a little bit of jalapeno peppers. But just a little bit, just enough.
There's something crunchy.
So you guys
jalapeno.
So are you enjoying?
It's so good.
If you seed the jalapenos, they're not too they're not too spicy. And you put a little bit of creme fraiche to make it creamy, just a little bit.
So when you have a party like this,
Party.
it's great. You know, I think
I grabbed the wrong one.
I know, but somebody asked me to tell you to check your meat.
Oh. Whoopi, now hold on.
No, I mean this meat here.
I've known you a long time.
So we have known each other a lot. Where did we meet?
Oh, Whoopi, I was driving down. I was coming from the studio in Malibu, and I was coming back home, and we were driving down PCH.
Right.
And I was in a little Ferrari convertible, and you were with some guy.
Yeah.
And you were in a little Porsche convertible.
Yeah.
And you started yelling and screaming, "Sammy, I love you. Pull over. I love you." And I'm going, "Damn, that's Whoopi."
That sounds like me.
And we pulled over, and we talked for a while, and then I ran into you in the market. The same thing happened, and we started hanging together.
That's right.
You lived like half a mile from me, and I didn't know it.
So good. It's been
and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, forever since.
30 years.
Yeah. So, you guys, you tasted it, you love it, you taste. Everybody's happy with the food.
Delicious.
It's kind of wonderful. So you
cut it on the bias too. Make sure that the grain is going sideways. Don't cut it this way. So cut it pieces and cut it like that.
Right. Who taught you that?
The chef that made it.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So look. This book, I really expected a cookbook out of you, but it's wonderful. But nobody expected Capolavio.
It's how to party. It's really not. It's a cookbook, and there's great recipes, but it's really about how to throw a good party and have a good time in your life.
Yes.
How to grow a garden, how you do it.
Party! Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Sammy Hager. Are We Having Fun Yet is available now. It's the party anthem book. Yeah. And members of our studio audience, you're going home with a copy. And we will be right back to continue the party. Hey, welcome back. We just want to remind you, make sure you watch the debate tonight, because we want your view on Twitter, #TheView, or on Facebook when we talk about it tomorrow. I have to say, this is really good. Folks are just really quiet here at the table because they are shoving this food in their faces. It's good. But we want you to have a great day. We want you to take a little time to enjoy whatever view you happen upon.
That's right.
Bon appetit, y'all.